In this video, I'm going to go over how you can W key in Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 3 Ranked. And I'm going to go over the best way to do it as well, including using some of the new items, what's the best shotguns, some of the items such as Captain America's shield, the Warhammer jets, and the Warhammer's minigun and rockets that you guys can use when it comes to W keying in Ranked. I'm going to go over the best ways to actually use these things to get free kills in Ranked so that you can rank up as fast as possible to hit Unreal. Of course, if you find this video helpful and you like this type of content, don't forget to drop a sub or like the video because that helps me out a ton so that you can see new videos as well whenever I upload. Now let's get right into the video. So starting off, talking about the new guns that were added, there was two new types of guns added in the game, and the first one is going to be the Sovereign Shotgun. And this shotgun actually is not crazy, it's more like attack with very little range. So it's going to be super good inside of the box, dealing almost 100 damage per body shot, but the reticle is super massive. So if you're a super mechanical player, this is not going to be a super good shotgun for you. But if you're the type of player who like sits in a box and kind of just runs at people whenever they are box fighting them, or they start pressuring your wall and you just insta edit and run at them kind of like a controller player, then this shotgun might work really well for you because you can just two-shot pretty much anybody if they're max HP with any blue rarity or higher, because the blue rarity does 100 body damage. But this gun has a very low headshot multiplier, so when you're actually aiming with it, shooting for the head is not going to be very helpful because most of the time it's going to make you miss more pellets than you're actually going to hit. So if you're using the shotgun, make sure that you're aiming for the body so that the whole reticle is on your enemy instead of only having a few pellets just hit their head, because then you'll do less damage. Now the second one is going to be the Burst Assault Rifle, and this gun is super good at doing a lot of damage before you start a fight. This gun is gonna be able to pretty much hit any two shots right back to back, and if you have a blue rarity or higher, these shots are hitting for 35 damage each. So you can start a fight by hitting your enemy for 70 damage without them even being able to do anything about it. So running this gun is really good. The only problem is that it is really bad at box fighting because it's a burst, so it only shoots two shots at a time. It's going to be super bad at pressuring enemies' walls. So if you're running this gun, you need to either be carrying a Gatekeeper shotgun or the new Sovereign shotgun, or you need to be carrying an SMG to follow up with the pump shotgun. So the Striker AR was also unvaulted, and this AR actually is better in every single way compared to the Combat AR. So if you find any low level Combat AR compared to a Striker AR, the Striker AR is going to be 8% better at pretty much anything. Fire rate, damage, pretty much anything, the Striker AR is going to be better. The only time that the Combat AR is going to be better is just spraying, but most of the time you're going to want to take the Striker AR over that. And especially when you're W keying, the Striker AR is really good at putting a lot of pressure on your enemies because the reticle is super small and the magazine size is really big, and those shots do a lot more damage than most SMGs do, so they break builds super fast. So when it comes to W keying, this is probably going to be the best AR to run, and the best shotgun to run is either going to be the pump shotgun or the Gatekeeper shotgun, depending on which one you prefer more. Honestly, they're both really good guns, so it's going to be preference, but I normally stick with the higher rarity of the gun, the better it is, so I'll take that. So if I find a purple pump, I'll take it over a blue Gatekeeper, but if I find a gold Gatekeeper, I'll take that over a purple pump. You know what I'm saying? And then finally, the dual SMGs were added, but these are just not very realistic to run because they have absolutely no long range damage. The damage fall off is massive on these guns because you can pretty much only do damage from 2 tiles away. Anything further than that, you're going to be hitting for pellets at very minimum damage, like 9 damage each, and the recoil is super high, so the chance you're actually hitting shots is very low. So I would not run the dual SMGs unless you're off spawn. If you're off spawn at a single POI, these absolutely shred because if people are not 200 HP, you can pretty much one clip them every single time. Alright, so talking about the new items that were added, there's two that you really need to focus on, and that is Warhammer's jets and then also Warhammer's Mythic. So the jets are pretty much the most broken movement in the game right now because it is the only movement in the game. And if you do it correctly, you can dash to where you pretty much have Grimgate dashes 24/7. So what you want to do is you want to double jump, and then after you jump you want to hit the dash button or the boost button as fast as possible. And then after you boost, you want to cancel it immediately so that you fall straight to the ground. And then once you're straight on the ground, you'll be able to slide, and it's pretty much like dashing 24/7. And if you get the hang of this, it's going to be super fast and you can just dash around the map as fast as possible. And it's going to be super good for W keying because you can just get to opponents really fast. And since nobody has movement, if you have a jetpack and they don't, they can't run away from you unless they get a car, but most of the time you're fast enough to get into the car with them. And now the next one is the Warhammer's Mythic, and this Mythic is pretty good because it has a special effect where it shoots rockets, and these rockets are infinite. They recharge and they cost no ammo, so you're able to spam these a lot when it comes to fighting people. And I don't know if you guys have been spammed yet, but when you get spammed with these rockets, it makes everything really confusing because it just breaks all your builds and it's super loud. So pretty much what you want to do is you want to run this in duos only, not in solos, because in solos you want to have the hover jet, but in duos you can spam this onto an enemy duo while your duo is spraying from an off angle, and your duo is able to get a bunch of damage as you're spamming the rockets, because if they don't block the rockets, they're going to get hit by that. But if they don't block your duo, they're going to be getting hit by them. So you can fry people right before you actually fight them, especially when people are boxing up immediately. So this Warhammer Mythic is really good in duos, but not so good in solos. Now lastly, the thing I want to talk about is where you should actually be landing in ranked so that you can get the best loot off spawn and W key the rest of the lobby while you are pretty much just a raid boss having insane loot and an insane amount of mats and heals before everybody else has a lot of loot. And one of the best places to actually land is right outside of any Mythic POI. Mythic POIs right now are the places with the medallions and the bosses that have a ton of loot, but they also have a lot of people landing there off spawn. So if you can find a low-key drop right outside of the POI that has maybe 1 or 2 Mythic chests or just a bunch of chests in general, you can land there, loot up, maybe farm a bit of mats, get to cap wood real quick by farming some trees, and then go and W key the Mythic POIs, because people in the Mythic POIs tend to drag out off spawn quite a lot, and they normally like to run around camping on each other without farming any mats. So if you get really good loot and a lot of mats, you're pretty much a raid boss and you can clean up any fight at one of the Mythic POIs like the raft. And what I like to do is I like to land at maybe the Amazon package right above the raft and then go hit the launch pad down there. You can launch pad right on top of the boss, and if the boss isn't claimed yet, you can literally claim the boss while the other people are fighting, get the reveal medallion, and then you can see anybody who's camping around there and any of the bots that are left, and you can actually tell the difference between them since you can see through walls, and then you can clean up the raft really fast. So that's what I really like to do in solo rank. So that's going to be the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like, and I hope you guys have a great day. God bless and take care.